tip of the day will be take the picture in a good horizontal. Horizontal word has been taken from the horizon where skies meet the water. So many people have the inability to take the picture properly in a vertical and the horizontal lines, because what they say that maybe in the post processing they will resize the photo and they will make it in a proper horizontal manner, but they fail to understand that whenever you cut down the images or when you proper horizontal the particular image, then you lose out the pixels as well from the various corners of the image. So my first tip will be, for a better composition, take the image in a good horizontal position. And nowadays you see the camera has that feature of giving you a horizontal kind of a feature which is there in the camera when you click on the info button on the DSLR camera. So this is the first tip of the day, that keep your pictures horizontal. Rule of thirds. Rule of thirds generally says not to put the subject in the center of the image. Try to put it somewhere in the some other corners or some other side of the image. So in rule of thirds, mentally you divide the viewfinder in a, you can see here, in a vertical, two vertical and a two horizontal space. Try to arrange the images in various these crossing lines. This is basically a rule of thirds. So here you see an image of a model. In the first pic you will see an image where the face of the model is in the center of the picture, and on the other hand side you will see at the side of the where is the crossing line. So that is on the rule of thirds. Second example, you see a lady which is walking through and there is a space on the right hand side. So this is how we compose an image in rule of thirds. In the third example, you see generally wherever you find a flying object like a plane which is flying or a bird which is flying, so generally we take these picture on the upper hand side, the right and the left side of the rule of thirds. So these crossing lines which are in vertical and horizontal imaginary lines which are there, so these crossing lines, they are generally called golden dots which are there in rule of thirds. So rule of thirds finally says that give subject a room to move into or to see into. So that is majorly a rule of thirds, and accordingly you have to compose your image. So framing is basically you have to add some you try to take some elements or add some elements while taking an image, while capturing a photo. In the first example, you can see it's a very flat image which has been taken on a beach, and then you see there are some elements which are there on the right and the left side of the image. There are some small tree or some kind of a shack is kept over there. So these are some of the elements where you can see a depth between the sea and the photographer where you are taking a photo. And in the second example, I would like to show that it's a landscape image. In this example, you see it's a very flat image where you see a water and a mountain. And like taking some steps backward, you will see on the right and the left hand side there is some tree which is coming up, some bushes which are coming up while taking that image. So in this particular example, I would like to show that you have to take some elements on the some other side of the image while compositing an image. So this will look better when you are adding some elements in your images. Check your background while capturing an image. It is very important that you not only see the subject, you also see the background. What is there in the back of the background? Is the background is clean? The background should not be very much distracting. In the first example, you see a small girl which is dancing on in a garden, and there are some disturbing elements which are there in the background. You can see these distractions in the behind of these images. So try to avoid these distractions while capturing an image. In the second image also you will see there is a model, but there is some kind of a distraction in the behind or in the background. So avoid to take these distraction, and there should be a clear background and your subject should be highlighted in the image. Next point is frame your images well. Now in this example, if you see, there is a person who is praying on the road at a roadside. This was a project which I have done in a street photography. So in the first image you will see there is so much of distraction over there. There is a bike which is running and there are people, those who are going around, and on the now you can see in the second image with the close-up has been taken, and it is very prominently there is a prayer that this person is doing. So you have to frame your image well, you have to make that composition well while capturing an image. Next tip of the day is leading lines. Leading lines are very important to give a different perspective in an image. In the first image, in an example, you will see there is a model which is leaning on a bench in a garden, and the photograph has been taken the other side from the branch, and there is a leading line which is you can see in this image, and it is also capturing the rule of thirds rule as well. In the second image, it's a small boy he is standing on a staircase. You can also see a leading line over here where the image has been taken. It creates a different perspective, creates a very good perspective while capturing an image. In the third example, you will see a boat which is lying on the sand and during the sunset, and again you will see the leading line which is there on the left hand side of the in the image, that is a boat, and it creates a very good different perspective while capturing an image. So try to get as many leading lines while capturing an image, and it will give a very good composition structure in an image. Apart from eye level, so this is very interesting. So don't capture images while standing or when you are in line with the subject and as a photographer. Try to move your camera somewhere from the downward towards up, or maybe from the above and your subject is lying down. So maybe at a 45-degree or a 90-degree kind of a composition that you have to make while capturing an image. So while taking this image of a church, it has been taken from a downward side, so it gives a good feel about the church, the architecture which is there of a church. In the second image, the image has been taken of a tree, and it has been taken from a downwards to the upwards of a tree. And in the third image you will see there is an image taken of a kid, and it has been again leaned down and to go in that level of the subject of a kid, and this image has been captured. So in this composition structure, I would like to suggest that apart from eye level, so whenever what you see on the eye level, so try to manipulate your camera position and then try to take some different kind of images. So it will create a different composition altogether while you take images in a different angle. Look for some details around whenever you are doing any kind of landscape images or any kind of portrait images, shooting outside, and try to see out some of the details around you. So you can see some of the examples. So I have taken some of the pics of a spider or maybe a flower, and so these are some of the details, the water drops on the leaves. So these are some of the small details which are captured in an image. So this creates a different level of composition altogether. Vertical images. So many people, they only go for holding the camera like this and clicking. So sometimes it is very important to capture vertical images also. So if you see this example, while taking a building, an architecture, so both the images are taken on a landscape as well as vertically, that is portrait. So portrait gives a different perspective. In the second example you can see a monument, and there are both the images which are taken vertically as well as landscape. So both the images, they have different composition structures. Try to take some vertical images also, so they are also important while capturing an image and for composition. Last point is break the rules sometimes. Photography is a art kind of profile, so it's not an engineer profile. There are some checklists that you have to follow while capturing a good image, while making a good composition. But you can break these rules sometimes, and you have to capture the great images. So these are some of the tips for capturing these good composition and making these composition. Try out on your camera, go out and explore, make some good images out there, capture some elements, go find out some details, look around what are the details which you can capture, follow rule of thirds, composition, and various aspects for capturing a good image. So friends, hope you like this episode. I will request you to like and subscribe this channel. I will see you in the next episode that will be on exposure. Thank you so much friends, and have a nice day.